A wealthy heiress strips down in front of a servant and dives into the pool to retrieve fragments of a broken vase. Moments later, she emerges completely soaked, her graceful figure fully exposed to the servant's eyes. The man tactfully turns away, while Cecilia quickly dresses and leaves immediately. This scene happens to be witnessed by her younger sister Bryony, who becomes intensely jealous since she's been harboring a secret crush on the servant for quite some time. She had once thrown herself into a lake just to test whether he had feelings for her, and when he pulled her out of the water, she mistakenly believed this was love. Little did she know that her foolishness only disgusted the servant, as she had nearly gotten them both killed. However, the servant's attitude towards Cecilia is completely different, which completely shatters Bryony's fantasies. Back home, Robbie immediately begins writing a letter, wanting to apologize to Cecilia. Yet without realizing it, he unconsciously turns what was meant to be an apology into a love letter. Finding this rather ridiculous, he immediately starts writing a proper apology by hand. He then polishes his shoes, puts on a suit, and hurries over to apologize. But when he reaches the estate's entrance, he becomes nervous again. Upon seeing Bryony, he asks her to deliver the letter to Cecilia on his behalf. After Bryony runs off with the letter, he suddenly realizes he may have accidentally put the love letter in the envelope instead. He frantically calls out, but it's too late. When he rings the doorbell again and sees Cecilia, he's once more struck by her beauty. Bryony follows Cecilia all the way to the study. After he explains everything to Cecilia, she becomes somewhat excited because she too has fallen in love with Robbie. They can no longer control their feelings for each other. Just then, the younger sister happens to pass by and witnesses a scene that breaks her heart. That evening during the family dinner, the twin cousins suddenly go missing and everyone goes out to search for them. At this moment, Bryony hears movement in the bushes. Shining her flashlight, she discovers her cousin Lola being assaulted by a man. The attacker immediately flees when he sees someone coming. Bryony asks her cousin who the attacker was, but Lola stammers and doesn't dare to say. Blinded by jealousy, Bryony recalls the love letter and the intimate scene in the study, and firmly insists that Robbie was the culprit. She even hands over the love letter to the police as evidence. Robbie is wrongfully imprisoned. 4 years later, war breaks out. Robbie enlists from prison and goes to the front lines, while Cecilia becomes a battlefield nurse. The two reunite in a tea restaurant. Despite being tortured by longing to the point of madness, when they finally meet, they sit in silence like strangers.